Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Monday. Another week is upon us. Oh, I hope you've all had a great weekend. But as we say, back to Monday, and it's another week and another stream. Tonight, VATSIM is lit up across Europe, so that's where we're headed. We're in Gatwick this evening, heading to Hamburg, where I believe the wind was a little bit gusty. It shouldn't be an issue for us because I think most of it's down the runway, but yeah, could prove interesting nonetheless. Anyway, so welcome on board, everyone. Great to see so many of you coming in nice and early. Big shout out to all of you, of course, and our amazing channel members as always supporting us. Hey, Dark Fury, Tommy, Old Novice Pilot, BMLock, DC Cube, Captain Q's here as well. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you've had a good weekend. Good to see you as well, Clever and Christian, Organ Aviator here as well. And the legend Dark Fury, almost 3 years indeed, mate. Where has the time gone? Celebrating 35 months of premium level training captain level membership. Thanks so much, Dark. A absolute legend of the channel indeed. So thank you so much. Welcome as well, everybody else joining us as well over on Twitch. Stuff87, good afternoon, or good evening rather, to you. Says it's just nailed a landing at Bristol, which is great because Bristol's not the easiest airport usually. It's again just sat on the top of a hill, so can prove challenging at times. Good to see you as well, Alpha Julie and A1H. Just bought the PMDG. Oh, we're not talking to you then. You've just bought Boeing. I'm only joking. But yes, let that download and watch our flight this evening. Right, Flyboy John, good evening to you. The operational flight plan should be pinned into the chat if you're watching on YouTube as per usual. We'll check that out. We'll go through stuff and yeah, busy skies await us this evening as we head to Hamburg. G-Dog, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate that. All right, so let me just double check. Have I got my hang on, just need to make sure I've got my iPad sort of set up to stream. Bear with me 1 second. Ah, there we go. Right, I've also, whilst tidying up this evening, found a bag of Haribos lying around, so I apologise now, but if the kids leave them lying around, they instantly become mine. So, apologies if you can hear me enjoying those. Right, so here is the operational flight plan. We're not very heavy today, only 13 tons payload. We've got Berlin as our alternate, costing us for usual stuff. Look at the tailwind. There's some, do you know what? There's some very interesting winds I saw earlier. Let me just see if they are still... if they're still knocking about. Check this out. I hope they are, because I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, look at that. Look at this. I don't know if it's called an inversion there or what, but this line. This is incredible. I've never seen anything like this. That is just unbelievable. Literally a wall between the winds. So, I would imagine flying through there, you can expect quite a bit of turbulence. 1 minute you've got a massive tailwind, the next minute you've got a headwind. Honestly, never seen anything like that. And I assume it's not a bug in the system. I thought that was quite interesting. Right, back to the OFP. Yeah, so obviously we're south of that line anyway, so we've got a tailwind all the way there, which is quite neat. Okay. Melvin, what made me a fan of Easyjet is just knowing their standard operating procedure. So we can do things realistically here on here in Flight Simulator. So 26 left, frame 1 mic. Yeah, shear rate 0, so it's not going to affect us. Takeoff weight 60, under 63 tons. Landing weight, yeah, we're well under today, aren't we? 6 tons plug fuel. Berlin, the alternate 2.7 is the CNR. Don't need to worry too much about terrain today, obviously. What we got weather-wise then? Hamburg visibility is 4 kilometers, ceiling 1,200. We're about a 6 knot crosswind then. That's okay. Let's check the forecast. Yeah, so there we go. Winds 25017, gusting 27 at the moment. What's the date? Is it 25th? No, it isn't. Where have I got that from? It's the 5th. 25th. I know the year's going quickly, but hopefully not that quickly. So it does actually say then that the winds could get gusting, if you just look at the very top line there, could get up to 35 knots gusting. But again, a lot of it is down the runway because we're landing runway 23 today, so shouldn't be, it's not out of limits or anything like that. Berlin, of course, looks absolutely fine. Similar winds though, some gusts. Schiphol, one of the other alternates. A few gusts there as well, looking at that. Leipzig, Hanover, and obviously here at Gatwick. Right, so that is our flight route. We've got potential for icing up to 16,000 feet. On the way in, that is, of course. That's as we descend into Hamburg. Other than that, that's looking good. So any extra fuel, really the only reason I take extra fuel today is just because VATSIM is really busy. So we've got quite a lot of traffic knocking around. So 500 tons I think is more than enough. So if we take 6.5 tons, we'll be fine, and we'll get that loaded up shortly. Quick look at the charts. We know Gatwick, we're very familiar with it. Our stand today is 112, so we can expect Lima Papa, and we'll plan for a departure off Bravo, but we might get Alpha or Mike 1. Quick look at the departure. Max speed 220 till 2.3. In fact, that max speed is in place all the way up until 31 miles from deck length, and the turn begins at 2.3 miles from the LSDME. So, initial climb 4,000 feet, MSA 212223. It's all straightforward. Transition altitude 6,000 feet. Lovely. Okay, well, if we're all happy with that, then we will go find our aircraft. I think it's busy on the ground here tonight in Gatwick. Let's go and have a quick look. Hey Mona, good to see you. Yeah, so that is our jet this evening. A quick look around. I can see, I think it's that a British Airways aircraft behind us. Yeah. Oh wow! Look at that. There's a British Airways 747 there in the background, in the old colours, the very old colours. Don't see that retro livery anymore. We've got Air France in the background there as well. Right. So I'm just telling the ground crew we want to load 6.5 tons then for our flight this evening. They should get into gear. We're looking to push back in about half an hour's time, all being well. We'll go and grab the latest ATIS as well, make sure that we're all set to go. We'll get on board and check that out, make sure the previous flight crew have left our aircraft in good fettle. So shut that down, let's get on board. Lovely. Hey Tony, good to see you. Apple Play says, can't watch the whole flight today, got to go to sleep soon. That's no problem. It'll always be available on demand anyway, won't it? So, got a company message come through, that's fine. Right, so, let's check the aircraft has been left in good state. So, right external power, pumps are off, APU's off, packs are off, etc. Get those turned off as well. So, it's interesting. So, standard operating procedures is the strobe should be on auto. But when you're at the gate, that is. But I think on VATSIM there's a bit of a problem where auto actually puts the strobe lights on for anybody else on VATSIM watching, which an aircraft having the strobe lights on at the gate is not the done thing. So just to make it look right for everybody else, we'll leave those to off. But yeah, they should be set to auto. Captain Paolo, I'm using the Innobuilds Gatwick scenery. It is a little bit easier on the frame rates than the freeware one. So let's just come down here then, check that flaps, spoilers, parking brake, they're all fine. Transponder squawking 2000, acupressure's in the green, lovely. Okay, so we've got some ATIS to pick up. Let me grab that, 13652. 136.525. Let me just scribble this information down.
Frequency 121.955. Acknowledge receipt of information per pound. Advise aircraft type on first contact. Gatwick information per par. Time 1920 Zulu. Runway in use 26 left. Transition level flight level 70. Surface, wind 2,208 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Broken at 3,900 feet. Temperature +11, dew point +8. QNH 1018. Delivery is open. Departing aircraft make initial contact on frequency 121.955. Acknowledge receipt of information per pound. Advise aircraft type on first contact.
Okay, I'm not sure about that. Did anyone catch
Gatwick
the
information
winds?
per par. Time 1920 Zulu. Runway in use 26
Let me just hear that
left.
again.
Transition level flight level 70. Surface, wind 2,208 knots.
Oh my god,
Visibility 10
2,208 knots.
or
We're going
more.
nowhere.
Broken at 3,009.
What's the actual winds? I'm pretty certain it's not 2,208 knots. Right, it should be winds are 220 at 8 knots. Alright, that makes a bit more sense. Alright, well never mind. That's absolutely fine. Can we get a pre-departure clearance here? Let me see if that's going to be available. It doesn't actually say whether it is available on Gatwick deliveries, so we'll not do it. Okay, let's crack on then. With the QNH there was 1018, so that's set up. Audio control panel, make sure that's fine. Yeah, that's all good. Initial climb 4,000 feet. There we are. Refueling page is open. Wonderful. Right, IRS, 3 nav greens, and just check. Get that downloaded. It's the first time I've heard the winds quite so strong on a VATSIM ATIS. Our flight number today is Easy. It's a nice call sign today. Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot. Cost index of 4. Temperature is +9, and what are the winds? Let's get those downloaded. And whilst that's working out, I'll just do the IRS in it and check. We've got 5194 north and 0107 west for stand 112. That's fine. That wind is uplinked. Should we start getting passengers on as well so they can begin? Cruising at 37,000 feet, where the temperature is 64. Alright, 26 left for departure, frame on mic. And then at the other end, ILS 23. The RIBSO arrival, RIBSO 2 Papa, and the VIA for that I think is going to be the Hamburg 657. Let me double check that. Yeah, there it is. That's the initial approach fix, the last point of the star. Get that in. 484 miles in the box. What have we got on the flight plan? 487. That is absolutely fine. Okay, so done that. Radnav page then. We will pop in begin and Detling. There we go. And then onto our init B page. I think we've got the preliminary load sheet from ground, haven't we? Yes, there it is. So we're looking at 57 as the zero fuel weight, CFG 31.3. Alternate fuel, if we need to dive in to Berlin, is 1.7. And we'll do a fuel planning then. We've told ground we want 6.5 tons of fuel. Captain, do we need to fill in the tropopause as well? We can do. We can go back and have a look at that if it was too far off. Right, it wants 6.6 on the block fuel. Well, we're not taking that. We're taking 6.5, which is going to be fine, I'm sure. Takeoff weight then of 633. Below max landing weight, so no need to worry about that either. Yeah, that's fine. And then our takeoff CFG is 29.7. Lovely. What did you want me to check out? The tropopause. Yeah, so on here they're not too far off. I mean, I can update what the flight plan has, which was just 40,000 to 3.7. You know, if they're wildly off, then it might affect fuel calculations a little bit. But what was that? It was about 700 feet off. I've seen it worse than that, but there we go. I've updated it for you, Captain Q. There you go. Beluga on PC says any call sign sounds nice in a German accent. Fair enough. Right, that's all filled in. Let's have a look at the performance page then. In order to sort that out, of course, we need our takeoff performance calculator here in the Fenix. So runway 26 left. Dry figures, flaps 1, no need to force toga, it's below 10 degrees, so anti-ice on, packs off, takeoff weight 633. You can hear the passengers coming on board now behind us. 297 is the takeoff weight CFG, just signal live weather. Intersection data, we'll use Bravo 1, and that gives us then 138 and 140. 141, flaps 1 for departure, and effects of 68. Okay, so that's fine. Let's have a look then at the engine out procedure here for Gatwick, which I should probably know by heart the amount of times we've departed from Gatwick. Here we go, 1196, 1196, yeah, we'll leave that, that's fine. In accordance with recent SOP changes, though, we could knock a couple hundred feet off that, couldn't we? So that then becomes 996 for the orange aircraft. So 996, 996, which, yeah, so they now know is 800 feet thrust reduction acceleration values. So 996, 996, 996. SimSmart, of course, set to 1,000 feet instead of 800 feet, which is the reason for that discrepancy. But the engine out procedure then is standard, so copy the active, create our engine out SID waypoint, which is Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. Runway 26 left, and we depart straight out on runway heading, which is 257, and it's a standard engine out procedure. We can create that waypoint just 50 miles out, straight on a runway track. Store that. Go back to the secondary flight plan. Now we can create. Now we've created that engine out SID waypoint. We can pop it in, and then we need to make a left turn to Willow. When we get to Willow, we'll hold 284. Oops. We go Willow, enter the hold. 284 is the inbound course, and left turns. Of course, if we have lost the engine, then we don't want to continue all the way to Hamburg. We're going to change the destination back here, most likely into London Gatwick. What happened there? Secondary flight plan. Willow. No, I don't want to create a new waypoint. Go back. New destination, Echo Golf Kilo. Kilo. I think it missed the last kilo off there, didn't it? Which is why it threw me out. There we are. Runway 26 left. No star required. Willow is one of the VIAs. There it is. There's a few new ones there which I've not seen before. Latest air cycle update. Okay, let's see what that looks like then. There we go, straight out, left turn, hold out Willow, and built into that is the arrival back in via Mayfield. Lovely, so engine out procedures done. The entire box setup is completed. Hey J-Hog, good to see you. Right, let's contact air traffic control then and give them a shout. What frequency are they on? 121955. Wonder how busy it will be on frequency tonight.
We'll go to the 182.
And Gatwick clearance. Good evening. Easy 37 Delta Fox, stand 112 Type A320 requesting IFR clearance as final to Hamburg. And we've got information Papa.
AC37 Delta Foxtrot Gatwick delivery, hello, clear to Hamburg via frame 1 Mike departure squad 4451, QNH 1017.
Cleared via the frame 1 Mike departure squawk 4451 and QNH is 1017 Easy 37 Delta Fox.
AC37 Delta Foxtrot feedback correct, reported on the frequency.
Roger, welcome.
Delivery EZ1183 is ready for push.
AC.
Let's just come off frequency for that and set squawk. What's the squawk? 4451. That's done. Everything in the box is done. So I think we're pretty much ready for the brief then, aren't we? If you're all ready. I could let you guys brief this. Tell me if you think what threats you think there might be for our departure tonight, and I can just take it easy. Captain Q says, awesome, thank you for constantly showing us the engine out procedure. It helps understand how to fill it in. Yeah, if you want a little bit more information on that, Captain Q and the secondary flight plan, etc., there is a full sort of tutorial available on the channel with regards to the secondary flight plan and the engine out procedure. So if you want a little bit more information, that is available on the channel to go and check out after the stream. All right, so the brief. Weather's looking fine for us tonight. We do Gatwick a heck of a lot, so let's just talk about any sort of potential threats, issues that we might come across, and how to mitigate them. There's a little crosswind as we depart. Winds 220. We're departing 26. So might feel a bit of wind from the left as we depart. So engine 1's going to be critical as we roll down. The taxi should be straightforward as we go. We've already said we can expect Lima, Papa, and then we've got figures from Bravo in case we get told we can go there. Obviously Alpha, Mike, if we need to do that, we're fine for those. No TAMs this evening that are affecting us. The biggest threat here is probably just the amount of traffic that we've got on the ground. Say we've done Gatwick so many times before, it's pretty straightforward. Obviously a little hot spot there which we're familiar with, so that should be that should be fine. A little bit more tricky in the dark sometimes, but again, it should be okay. Because it's busy, we could potentially get away with a single engine taxi, but also because it's busy, I'm not going to do a single engine taxi. We're going to get both engines started as we push back, just because we don't actually have that lot, we don't actually have that far to go. And we need to rattle through the taxi checklists and things, and because it's busy, I want to make sure we're ready to go and not holding everyone up with a 3-minute start time in case I get the start wrong. So with the frame 1 Mike departure straight out, we've got that speed constraint to 220 knots as we go. Clean speed is 212, so I will actually pre-select 212. We might as well climb at green dot just to you know, be a bit more efficient. Now, the other little threat here with London Gatwick's departure is perhaps doesn't perhaps come into play in VATSIM, but in the real world we've got a low initial climb. It's 4,000 feet, and if we've got a low speed, which we have, there's a chance that we could really shoot up with a high climb rate, which is fine for us, but it does potentially have the chance of setting off TCAS of any aircraft that are above us, because we're climbing so steep. You know, it's with that high VS rate, you can set off TCAS. So it may be, if we get a clearance from ATC to climb only 2,000-3,000 feet at a time, that we'll use VS rather than open climb or manage, just to mitigate any potential threat of worrying any aircraft above us. So that first turn begins at 2.3 miles from takeoff. MSA is 212223 and no terrain around us. So I think with transition altitude 6,000 feet, yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. The biggest threats, like I say, are the traffic and the potential for maybe a TCAS alert if we climb too steeply. But yeah, everything's going to be done more or less in manage mode. Keto D, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, how often do we fly to Hamburg? Oh, I honestly don't know. We've been there before, so it's not an unusual flight for us today. We've departed from there quite a bit as well. Right, let's get that APU started, shall we? And then we'll call ATC up, tell them we're ready to go. APU's up and started. Get that running soon. Cabin crew here. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Everyone's on board.
Lovely. We're just starting the final checks now. Final load sheet when you've got it, please, and then we'll be good to go.
Okay, I'll let the crew know and we'll get closed up as soon as we can.
This might be the final load sheet.
Hi, Captain. Okay, we've received the load sheet from ground. There's the passenger count, the crew count and the total souls count. Plus yourselves, of course.
Okay, that's great, thanks.
No problem at all.
Right, I received messages. There we go, final load sheet. So let's check our figures. So if you takeoff weight is 60, is that 62, I think? 63.2. Yeah, that's fine. We planned at 63.3, so that's perfect. No need to rerun any calculations. And 29.5 is our final COG. So good stuff. Accept that, and we are all done. APU is started and available. That's brilliant. Peter HCO, good evening, Peter. It's been a while, mate. Hope you're doing well, but you are celebrating 2 years of channel membership today, Peter. That is incredible support. Thank you, mate, for that, and good to have you on board tonight as well. Lots of ATC for you to listen to tonight, Peter, I think. So I think you're going to enjoy it. Right, APU is on. Let's get the pumps on. External power can be disconnected. Seatbelt signs on. And APU bleed. Oh, go away. Little PA for everyone now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight tonight from Gatwick to Hamburg. Flight time is around 1 hour and 7 minutes. We're going to be cruising today at 37,000 feet. We're scheduled to push back in about 7 or 8 minutes, and we shouldn't have any delays tonight either, with a nice little tailwind as well pushing us along our way. So if you can get your seatbelts fastened, and the cabin crew will be preparing their safety announcement if you can give them their full attention when ready. Thank you very much. and we'll speak to you all again soon. Another little thread, just QNH just dropped by 1. If it drops again, we just need to add a degree to the flex. So I just want to tell the ground crew they can now remove the APU. And we'll run our cockpit preparation checklist. So aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is 6.5 tons. Make sure that's balanced, which of course it is. Seatbelts are on. Bar of QNH is 1017 and 200 feet. And prepare for pushback and departure. Alright, let's get back on ATC frequency. Delivery Easy 37 Delta Fox, stand 112 is ready to push and start.
Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, hold position, you are number 1, expect 5 to 10 minutes late.
Roger, we'll do Easy 37 Delta Fox. 5 to 10 minutes. Wow, ground crew are going to be peed off if they're going to have to stand there for 5 to 7 minutes.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Flying 101, my graphics settings. There's a video on the channel explaining the graphics settings in detail if you want to check those out. Please, why don't you set the shift and trim in the takeoff page? Because you don't need to anymore. Applebee's players. So in the olden days, when we didn't have GPS, if you were taking an intersection departure, which might do today, you would have to tell the aircraft, hey, we're not taking off from the end of the runway, we're going to be taking off from however many meters down the runway, and you'd have to pop that in there. But we have GPS now, so you don't need to. Unless your GPS on your aircraft is broken, then you do need to. Thankfully, that doesn't happen. Not very often, anyway. Alan, the mod for the flight attendant is self-loading cargo. Flying 101, no frame generation. No, I haven't got it on.
Speedbird 212 Gatwick away. Hello, clear to Hamburg via frame 1, Mike departure, squawk 5233.
Organ Aviator, you finally gave in on board the 737. Great aircraft, but still prefer the Airbus.
Speedbird 212, read back correct, report radio on this frequency.
I think it's a great aircraft from PMDG. I do. Really, really nicely done. I'm just not a fan of Boeing aircraft in general. I've just lied to my passengers. I said there'd be no delay. Mind you, we're not meant to push for another 3 minutes, according to our scheduled pushback time. So we'll see how that goes. Peter ATCO dropping a 20 Danish kroner pre-departure donation as per standard operating procedure. Thank you so much, Peter, for your continued support. And of course, again, celebrating 2 years. That is amazing and very, very generous. Thank you so much, Peter, for that. And good to see you on board this evening. Right, ground crew just going to sit there and wait. We'll probably get bored. Nothing we can do about that. So, as it stands at the moment, ATC-wise, we've got departure out of Gatwick, and then we've got no London control. But then when we get to Amsterdam airspace, then we should have ATC, I think, all the way into Hamburg. So, should be a good evening's entertainment, and nice and realistic. I've got a cup of tea here, which I started drinking before the stream. That was a really bad idea. Hey, Steve Mullen, good to see you. Right, so we'll just sit and chat amongst ourselves whilst waiting for our pushback time. Clearly the skies are busy. We're just waiting for our slot, and then we can get going. Park says late check-in, running to board the flight now.
Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, Gatwick away.
Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, go ahead.
AC37 Delta Foxtrot, hold position, contact ground 121.805, and just bye.
Hold position and we'll contact ground now, 121.805. Thanks for the service. Good night, Easy 37 Delta Fox. Gatwick ground, good evening, Easy 37 Delta Fox. Stand 112 is ready for push and start.
Easy 37 Delta Fox, welcome. Stand 112, push start approved, face east, QNH 1017.
Push start approved, facing east, QNH 1017, Easy 37 Delta Fox. Lovely. So we'll just continue our pushback. And facing east.
Release parking brakes, please.
Right, so get by a beacon light on and transponders to auto.
Release parking brakes, please.
Occupation in the green before start. Checklist. Parking brake is on. Takeoff date has been confirmed. Windows are closed. EFP is on flight mode. Doors closed and armed. Beacon light is on. Parking brakes released.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Nozzle chains disconnected. Start our timer. Engine mode. Select to ignition. Okay, starting engine 1. Home email. Do some easy flights from Stansted. Yeah, we have done in the past. Home email. Closed the base recently, so they're not as busy as they used to be, sadly. But we have done it, and I'm sure we'll do it again in the future.
Yeah, Roger, do that. Lufthansa 2406, hold position. Lufthansa 187, hold position.
Lufthansa 187, hold position.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card
Please set parking brakes.
showing the exit routes, oxygen masks,
Right, parking brakes set.
jackets, and brake
Just using this time to munch the rest of the Haribos.
brace.
Unlocking gear.
There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and
Okay, so we're happy with engine 1, starting engine 2.
must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on.
Someone just asked, how did I get it to say left and west and east? So I downloaded a
Drop from above you. Pull a mast towards you.
a GSX profile. That's the phrase I was looking for. GSX profile from flightsim.to.
Lufthansa 187, contact the tower on 12,
Been removed.
correction,
Put on your
124.230, thank you.
I thought whilst we were doing the pushback,
Contact tower on 124.230.
I am sorry, I'm so sorry. I thought I'd muted the microphone
while
whilst chewing on those Haribos.
Executive
My
hold position,
apologies.
you'll see there's a British Airways off to your left. There's been some mess up with the control planes on there, so tower's sorting it all out on that bit.
side, inflate
Roger.
Yeah, it's not me and it's not you.
or needs topping up.
Haribos I've nicked from the kids. Thankfully they don't watch my stream, so it's fine.
For attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children.
And Joe Murphy, thank you for the sub as well. DC celebrating 27 months of channel membership. That is awesome. He says we're getting older. We're getting older together, DC. Thanks so much. Cube, which Haribos are they? Oh, I don't know. Just the usual Star Mix ones. Every flight should be accompanied by Haribos. Right, that is engine 2 happy. So let's get that off. Get that off. Get those on. And on the spoilers, 0 the rudder, flaps 1, set our trim, which I can't see. Hello. Great stuff. And they have to start a checklist then, so anti-ice is on. Engines. Ecom status is checked. Pitch trim is 29.5. Rudder is neutral. Let's do a flight control check. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down.
Easy
with
1183,
rudder,
are you taxiing yet?
full right, full left, and neutral.
Easy 1183, we're having a little bit of
Hey,
a
Tiago, good to
throttle
see you.
problem. Just let me fix that real quick, sorry.
Yeah, it's just common courtesy to let at least somebody know you have an issue, because we sat there a while blocking the taxiway.
Sorry about that.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
And Easy 37 Delta Fox is ready for taxi.
Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, thank you. Taxi holding point Alpha 3, runway 26 left via Papa and Alpha November.
Papa Alpha November and hold Alpha 3 Easy 37 Delta Fox.
Lufthansa 2406, thanks for your patience. You probably see what was unfolded in front of you there. Taxi holding point Alpha 3.
I wish I'd seen
runway
what had
26
unfolded.
left via November and Alpha November.
Continue taxi to Alpha 3, runway 26 left via November Alpha November, runway 2406, yeah.
Right, quick look where we're going. Yeah, Lima, Papa, Alpha November.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is secured for takeoff.
Alright, I'll call you when ready.
No problem.
Cancel master caution, discard ECAM. Alright, so we've got no LMCs on the flight. And engine out procedure is standard, straight out, 1700 feet acceleration altitude, left turn. Sorry, once above 1700 feet, we're safe to turn to our holding point, which is left turn Willow. Just ignore those vehicles we've just run over. We'll hold 3000 feet, it's above MSA.
Lufthansa 2406,
Departure.
thanks for your patience on that.
Trim
Contact the
one,
tower
Mike,
124,
straight
decimal
out.
230, good night.
2.3 miles, we can begin the right turn, and initial climb 4,000 feet. Just remembering what I said earlier about TCAS and potential use of VS.
Easy 37 Echo Radio, welcome to Gatwick. Taxi stand 101 by Sierra
initial climb
and
4,000
Lima, good
feet.
evening.
Sierra and Lima to stand 101, easy 37 Echo Radio.
Taxi checklist. Flight controls have been checked.
Good evening, Seabird 212.
Flap setting, Gatwick 1, FMA,
online
climb now blue, 1FT2, 4,000 blue.
Seabird 212,
Radar
thank you,
which was
stand
on
19,
Echo memo.
start approved, QNH
Waiting for the crew.
1017.
EFB is stowed and disconnected.
QNH 1017, Seabird 212.
There's quite a lot of traffic just here, isn't it? Okay, let's just concentrate on where we're going here now. So we've got, that's Juliet. We don't want Juliet. We don't want Zulu, we want Alpha November. So we've got Zulu just here. Just take this slow.
Gatwick ground, Griffin 4 X-ray Victor has vacated 26 left at Foxtrot Romeo.
Hey Barry, good to see you. Ahmed, why have we activated the LS? Just because it's just a backup, really.
X-ray Victor, thank you. Continue
So
second right Juliet.
the left turn after
Taxi
departure
Juliet,
begins at
hold short Papa,
2.3 miles from the ILS DME.
Second right Juliet, taxi Juliet.
So if all else fails, I've now got 2.3 miles ILS DME shown here.
X-ray Victor.
We won't need it.
37 Delta Foxtrot,
What is
contact the tower now on 124.230, good night.
12423 over to tower. Thank you so much. Easy 37 Delta Fox. Good night. Right, I can't taxi and tune. That's when you've got two pilots in the control tower, in the flight deck. So on to tower 12423. Let's listen to what's going off on this frequency.
G6 left, line up behind.
Behind departing traffic, line up and wait behind Lufthansa 187.
Gatwick Tower, good evening. Easy 37 Delta Fox with you on Alpha November.
Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, Gatwick Tower, hello, hold Alpha 3.
Hold Alpha 3, easy 37 Delta Fox. Hey, Clever Trevor, how you doing? Clever Trevor. You're gonna have to change your name, Clever. I can come up with about 3 different ways to pronounce yours, and I never do it right. Good to see you anyway, Barry. As always.
Channel 2712, Gatwick Tower, hello.
Right, just completing that taxi checklist then. Ecam memo, taker full blue, and the FB stowed.
Lufthansa 187, surface winds 230 degrees, 9 knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 26 left, clear for takeoff, Lufthansa 187.
Easy 21 Yankee November, contact Gatwick director 126-1825. Easy 21 Yankee November, contact Gatwick director 126-1825.
We'll get that frequency on the standby already, 126825.
Lufthansa 2406, via Alpha 1, runway 26. Correction, hold Alpha 1.
I did think that was going to be a very quick takeoff needed if he was giving him permission to get on the runway when this guy's coming in. That could have ended interestingly. If you do enjoy busy flights like tonight, ATC, lots of traffic, then please do hit the like button for us if you're enjoying the stream so far.
Lufthansa 187, contact Gatwick director.
My apologies again for the Haribo chewing.
Contact 126-825, Lufthansa 187.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff. That was a really fast pushback. Hey, good evening, Elliot. Good to see you. Hope you've not been working too hard. Couldn't tell what airline that was coming in just then. Easy Dream Player
2406 via Alpha 1, runway 26.
Sorry, just listening to ATC. Why do we turn the packs off? A standard operating procedure. It gives the engines better performance, saves a little bit on wear and tear and fuel, etc. Which is exactly what the low-cost carriers like. The packs are the pressurization and air conditioning system. Engineer on board, good evening. DJ Arch, what FPS do we average? It all depends really. In a place like Gatwick, loads of traffic around. You're close to about 30.
212 Gatwick Tower, hello, hold Alpha 3.
Hold Alpha 3, Seabird 1.
Lufthansa 2406, hold position, cancel lineup, acknowledge. Lufthansa 2406, if I tell you to line up, I don't expect you to wait for 2 minutes to do so. So Lufthansa 2406, just to confirm holding position.
No.
Thank you.
There's a guy. There's big bright lights coming towards you. You also have the option to decline the lineup. What is he as well? Is he a 330?
Yeah, with Tower Easy 1183 holding Mike 1, I believe.
Easy 1183, Gatwick Tower, hello, continue to hold at Mike 1.
Continue to hold Easy 1183.
Fun and games at Gatwick.
Easy 5, Nano Whiskey Foxtrot, surface winds 230 degrees 90 knots, runway 26 left, clear to land.
He's too busy to read back the landing clearance.
Easy 5, Nano Whiskey Foxtrot, surface winds 230 degrees 90 knots, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Oh, lost comms. I'm just going to sit here and watch. I need popcorn, not Haribos.
Descent for 2406 behind the arriving Easyjet A320 Neo, fire Alpha 1, runway 26 left, line up and wait behind.
Behind incoming traffic, Easyjet A320.
Easyjet 59 Whiskey Foxtrot on final for runway 26 left. Easy 59 Whiskey Foxtrot, surface winds 230 degrees 90 knots, runway 26 left, clear to land. Clear to land 26 left for Easyjet 59 Whiskey Foxtrot.
Gatwick Tower, Golf Bravo, Mike Uniform Zulu.
Golf Bravo, Mike Uniform Zulu, Gatwick Tower, hello. Traffic is an Easyjet A320, short final runway 26 left, port in sight.
Traffic on site, Golf Uniform Zulu.
Right,
Golf
so this
Uniform
guy
Zulu,
should be on.
behind that traffic,
Go,
cross
go,
runway
go, go,
26
go.
left, via the threshold, report north side.
Peter says pilots can't work with them, but have no work without them.
Threshold and report north side, Golf Uniform Zulu.
Anybody who is thinking about coming onto the
2406 lining up now.
onto the Gatwick, onto the VATSIM network, this is what you need to do. You need to come and just sit. Don't fly anywhere. Just come and sit and watch and listen to how busy places like this can be, and you learn so much before actually getting onto the network. Easy, will I fly the A380 when it comes from fly-by-wire? Absolutely, I will. Yes. FJ Swift, hey mate, how much would I recommend the Phoenix? I'd always recommend the Phoenix. If you like the flyby, if you've flown the fly-by-wire and you want to take it to the next level, then absolutely. I mean, my sort of standard tagline for this is if you like the fly-by-wire, you will love the Phoenix. Whether you want to do real ops or not.
Delta 2406, surface winds 230 degrees 90 knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Can't see anything else coming in, so we might get a few departures out here now.
Easy 5 down, Whiskey Foxtrot, second right onto Juliet, hold Romeo. Right onto Juliet and hold Juliet Romeo for EasyJet 59 Whiskey. Golf Uniform Zulu, traffic is an A330 departing, runway 26 left.
Roger, Golf Uniform Zulu.
Yeah, Elliot, that sounds like far too much work.
Easy 1183 via Mike 1, runway 26 left, line up.
Line up runway 26 left, Easy
I presume that's this guy. Can't see anything to the right of us. Yeah, standard Gatwick. We haven't done Gatwick for so long. But you guys, I think I'm right in saying you guys actually, you like this.
You know its side?
You like the delays. You like things not going to plan.
Say again? Golf Uniform Zulu.
Golf Uniform Zulu, contact Gatwick Director 126.825.
Contacting Gatwick Director 126.825. Thank you for your service, Golf Uniform Zulu.
What did we do? We pushed back 18 minutes ago.
Easy 59 Whiskey Foxtrot, contact Gatwick Ground 121.805. 121.805 for EasyJet 59 Whiskey Foxtrot. Lufthansa 2406, contact Gatwick Director 126.
Park, the delay code would be ATC delays. They're the ones holding us up. We blame Peter. Kid Cody, no problem, mate. Catch us up tomorrow. And thanks for being here.
Easy 1183, surface winds 230 degrees, 9 knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 26 left, Easy 1183.
There goes the EasyJet. Peter, I have no part in that mess. Right, there's an arrival coming in here. Is it going to get us or the BA out beforehand? Hey Craig, how you doing? Took you 50 minutes to get out of Gatwick earlier. I hope it doesn't take us that long. I mean, we only pushed, what, 20 minutes ago? So we're nearly halfway there.
Easy 1183, contact Gatwick Director 126.825.
126.825, Easy 1183.
Griffin 2543.
Needs to get
Easy
the BA out of the
37
way.
Foxtrot, fire Alpha 1, runway 26 left, line up on wait behind the departing British Airways 737-800. Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, Gatwick Tower.
Easy 37 Delta Fox, go ahead.
Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, behind the departing British Airways 737-800, fire Alpha 1, runway 26 left, line up on wait behind.
Behind departing British Airways, A320, line up and wait behind. Easy runway 26 left, Easy 37 Delta Fox. That was an awful comment.
And Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, be ready, immediate departure.
And we're ready for immediate departure, Easy 37 Delta Fox.
Griffin 2543, Gatwick Tower, hello, continue approach, runway 26 left, 2 departures ahead.
Continue approach, roger the departures, Griffin 2543.
Lineup checklist, cabin secure, takeoff runway is Alpha 26 left, TCAS, TAR, Pax 1, 2 off.
Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, surface winds 230 degrees, 9 knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, 26 left, Easy 37 Delta Fox. Okay, rolling takeoff.
Super 212, hold Alpha 1.
Okay,
Hold Alpha
takeoff.
1, Super 2.
Start the chrono, 50% M1 is set. Engine 1 critical. Set takeoff thrust, man flex, SRS, runway, auto thrust blue. Knots. V1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up.
Easy correction, Griffin 2543, surface winds 230 degrees, 9 knots, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Just climb, climb.
Clear to land, 26 left, Griffin
What's pilot 1 engaged?
Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, nothing further, monitor Unicom now 122.8.
122.8, thanks for the service, Easy 37 Delta Fox.
Speaker 212, behind you riding company 737-800, fire Alpha 1, runway 26 left, line up and wait behind.
Behind the landing 737, line up and wait behind the 221.
Okay, S-speed. Flap 0, spoilers disarmed. Now, no further ATC, sadly, for the time being. Let's just clear ourselves up to 10,000 feet then. We'll respect the speed constraints. I'll pull VS and we'll just reduce down 2,000 FPM for the time being. Just till I turn this corner we can see what's around traffic-wise.
Gatwick Tower Easy-20 Yankee November on visual approach right 26 left on the
so
Mayday.
VS 2,000
Easy
100
21 Yankee
blue.
November Gatwick Tower, hello. Runway 26 left, clear to land, surface wind 230 degrees, 9 knots.
Quit line 26 left, TC 21 Yankee November.
Super 212, surface wind 230 degrees, 9 knots, runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
So on arrival I think I just saw some lights up here somewhere. Could be coming into Heathrow, which we obviously don't want to conflict with a nice steep climb. Yeah, there he is, look. Yeah, look how busy it is down at Gatwick. Frame rates are definitely going to get better now though.
Griffin 2543, request taxi to gate.
Griffin 2543, right on 208 left, contact Gatwick ground 121.805.
Right on to 08 left and 121.805, Griffin 2543, thanks, see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Okay, quick look at TCAS there says there's nothing really that we need to concern ourselves with. So with that, let's go with manage speed and I'll pull for open climb. We'll continue our climb as well and just clear ourselves up to flight level 200. So 200 blue. Amido, I turned the anti-ice off after we'd passed the basically after we'd set climb thrust, because it was only on for the takeoff, and after we'd set climb thrust, then as long as we weren't in cloud, then it doesn't need to be on. Cabin crew released. DJ, am I excited for Flight Sim 2024? Yes and no. Is that a fair answer? I want to be.
2406, running for level 60 for remain for departure.
Will it bring any issues? That's the question. Hey Lemon Wolf, good to see you. Easy, what am I using for the camera in the cockpit? Oh, just the usual. Panning around with the mouse. Now, what have I got coming towards us there? And why are they not showing on TCAS for some reason? A little bit of wind. Okay, let's go direct frame, I think. I'll just turn us away from the aircraft. They're actually below us now, so that's fine. Right, we're above 10,000 feet, so seatbelt signs, they can come off. We'll clear out the RadNav page. 370 is going to be fine for us looking at that, so let's set flight level 370 blue. Costing X0. Secondary flight plan. Clear it out and copy the active. There we go. On our way. Turn all the lights off as well now. Just check the usual. Spines. Gear. All good. BM luck. Good night, my friend. See you on the next one.
Thank you. Roger.
Right, we'll do a fuel check once we get to climb, because we've just spent a bit more time on the ground than we would have liked. We'll see what's going to happen there.
It's not a 2006 Gatwick traffic. I'm to find out who's altitude 29 radio.
And Turkish 7 Delta Mike, we're turning up at base now, speed manager of traffic.
Trying to remember if it's the frame departure that gives you a really good view of London. It's not, is it? There is another departure, and I've forgotten which one it is. It gives you an amazing view of London, looking on the left-hand side, and you can see right up the Thames, up to Heathrow.
You're on 27 right.
Easy, does the weather radar on the Fenix aircraft work? Sadly not. No, it doesn't. So I think there's the River Thames, or there's the start of it anyway. But yes, we'll be interested to see how Flight Sim 2024 looks compared to, say, the views that we've got now on the screen. Because due to sort of the time and the fact that I like flying over Europe and I like flying in real time, real weather, etc., a lot of the flights I do, particularly this time of year during the winter months, is usually at night time. Which I don't mind. I quite like it. It brings with it its own challenges. But it will be interesting to see how that works. Does anyone know if the fly-by-wire weather radar will work anytime soon? I'm afraid not. I think that all depends, doesn't it, on Azobo and opening up access to that information. Captain Paolo, that was you landing when holding short. Oh, which aircraft, Captain? There was 2 or 3, I think, went in front of us. It would have been unprofessional for me to flash my lights at you. I've just found it out as well, it's school holidays next week, so that depressed me. I do love that cloud effect though, that never gets old. The street lights down below, the city lights reflecting off the underside of the clouds. Aviation lads, when landing, is it best to have managed speed or non-managed speed for the arrival? Oh, definitely managed speed, unless you've had a failure, which somehow requires you to have selected a specific VAP speed for it, but yeah. Always usually managed speed. There are some airlines, of course, that turn auto thrust off and manually land. I'm looking at you, Lufthansa. Dreamplayer, you heard the PMDG will release the 777 in March and then the 737 MAX maybe. Well, I think I'd also heard the 737 MAX will come after the 777. Organ Aviator says, will the 737 MAX include a failure where the door falls off? Oh, we've been giving them some ribbon for a while now, haven't we, Boeing? Well, lesson. So it looks like the Netherlands ATC's gone offline. Oh, that's depressing. The airport's staffed, but the control isn't. Germany still have got their ATC on though. So hopefully Bremen radar will still be there when we arrive. And Hamburg is fully staffed. Frame rates have now got so much better since leaving Gatwick, as is usually the case. It's just so busy. So, just having a quick look. Our estimated landing time, my estimated arrival time, is 21:54. Aviation Lights Phoenix won't let you depart on the Goza 1 Charlie departure at Edinburgh. Is that still the departure at Edinburgh? Have you updated your AIRAC cycle? It's not out of date. If you're saying that you've got an invalid flight plan, chances are you might have a different navigation database in the Phoenix aircraft to the flight simulator. I'm just having a quick look now. Yeah, so the Goes on 1 Charlie departure is still a departure. I would imagine it's more likely to do with not the standard instrument departure, but I bet it's more the anything else, any other waypoints you've got in your flight plan. Hey Daniel, good to see you. Right, so we are now inbound Somva, which just to show you whereabouts that is. There we are. Aviation Lights has something to do with the coordinates west, north, east, south. Have you got coordinates in your flight plan? Stefano! Hey Stefano. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Ooh, that tea's gone cold. It's just on the cusp of becoming undrinkable. So how's everybody's weekend been? Anybody? Well, what's the most exciting thing that you guys have done this weekend? I'd love to see what you guys have been up to. My weekend consisted of football matches, children's parties and children's swimming. So if anyone can beat that for excitement, then go ahead. Cuba, you flew to Keflavik in Microsoft Flight Sim, very scenic arrival. It is a very scenic arrival, usually blighted by strong winds and bad weather, particularly this time of year. Aviation Lads, you woke up at 5:35 to fly to Alicante, sadly not in real life. Oh. I thought if you're getting up at 5:35, you're probably going to be doing it in real life. Fruit backyard and water pipes burst. Oh, I was nearly swimming myself. That's the problem with water, isn't it? If your electric goes off or an electric cable fails, alright, it's an issue. But it doesn't wreck your house like water does. Back here, as you're watching this, you're trying to go through a DC-3 flight manual on his second monitor. That's not going to be the kind of Airbus flight. Nope. Easy Dream Player, you're preparing for a big exam tomorrow. Well, good luck with that, Easy. I wish you had, Organ. I wish you had. Aviation lads, you're just a massive geek. We're all geeks here, aviation lads. We're all geeks here. That's why we're here. Right, as we head out over the North Sea, we might see some ships, we might see some wind farms, oil rigs. There you go. There's some ships. I think they're just buoys and things in the water. I'm not sure what they're doing. They're ships. There's the wind farms. Cube, you've got a history test and you've forgotten to study. So you don't remember it like it was yesterday. Oh. Aviation lads, what's my favourite airport in the city? Oh, my favourite airport? Yeah, that is so difficult to try and pick one. And in what context? My favourite airport because it looks the best. My favourite airport because it's a really fun arrival. Because yeah, I sort of. There's a whole host of different ways you could pick your favourite airport. My favourite arrival, I've said several times, is I really like doing Tivat. Tivat's good. Elk chocolate it is, not Luton. Miguel says Lisbon. Lots of people love Lisbon. That is a scenic arrival. A very scenic arrival. Back issue, over the weekend you went to Windsor Park for the Linfield FC Irish Cup match and ended up at a Gary Moore tribute band show and a whole lot of things in between then. That's the most random thing to happen this weekend. There's a question to ask the chat. What's the most random thing to happen to you this weekend? Organ Aviator, you love Madeira or Mount Pleasant in the Falklands? I don't think I know that one. Everyone likes a bit of Madeira. Madeira's not too difficult, it's pretty straightforward. Particularly with the RMP AR approach. Back yes, you're not safe to be let out on your own. Well, sounds like a fun weekend. And Ackroyd, you've been flying the orbiter in the sim this weekend. Good evening, HT. Your most random thing happened to work out the CMV due to an RVR transmitter failure. Oh, crap aircraft. Did you break it? You broke it. That's what you say to me when something bings on my account. No, you broke it. In flight, in the hold. Oh, at least you're already holding. I mean, if you want a failure to occur, there's something you've got to work through. Being stacked and stuffed in the hold to begin with, I mean, it's like, oh, well, I'm already here anyway. If my aircraft's going to break, now's a good time to do it. Oh, sorry, I read RCR as in receiver. Sorry, it was the runway visual range sensor on the ground. Can't they just send someone out to go and count lights? Someone's got to get paid a wage to do that, haven't they? Go and count lights and then work it out. Oh wow, Peter, ATCO Peter has just gifted 10 EasyJet Impala channel memberships to the Ancient Dinosaur, Daniel, Tracy, Vincent, Brimish, Finfin, Flight Hungry, Sean, Bruno, Carlo as well. That is amazing support, Peter. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. Very generous indeed. Along with your standard SOP earlier as well. That was really kind of you. 500 feet to go. HD, what's the converted RVR from reported visibility to make a legal approach? Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. Right, in that case then, presumably everyone in the hold was sat there doing exactly the same thing. Can we? Can't we? How much fuel we got? Are they going to fix it? Didn't think I'd heard from you much this weekend, mate. Clearly your head was fried. Right, Mac All-Star. Hey, 5 Skill 90. Good to see you. Right. I'm going to check our fuel in a bit. Some diverted to an airport in LVPs. That wouldn't be my that wouldn't be my primary move. Oh yeah, Radalt failure, AP failure. Now what? Where's the nearest field? Ignore the left side sticking up, but Ecam. Okay, that's good. Right, we're at Mavas. We took 6.5 tons of fuel. We sat on the ground for far too long. So about 500, 600, 700 kilogram extra. So what should we have? About 4,400. Hey, 4,400. Spot on. Alright, even holding on the ground hasn't caused us too much of an issue. Hey, Chummy, good evening, mate. Celebrating 21 months of channel membership tonight as well, Chummy. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Right, nice tailwind helping us make up that time spent on the ground. Quick PA. Then we'll have a look at the arrival stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, hello again from the flight deck. So we're currently now at our cruising altitude of 37,000 feet. We were running a little bit behind schedule because of the time spent on the ground for traffic ahead of us. However, thankfully we've got great en route weather with a nice tailwind pushing us along, so we should still be looking to arrive at Hamburg before 11 PM local time. Thanks very much, and I will speak to you a little bit later, leaving you in the hands of our cabin crew. Mayday TJ says, thanks for teaching us. Now we just need a generous airline to let us borrow a real aircraft. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any that generous, sadly. Ivel, you can't use your headset microphone on self-loading cargo. Why? I'm afraid I'm unable to answer that, Ivel. Right, so we're on the ground in less than an hour then. Let me see if we can pick up what's going off then. 124325. I'm presuming the winds here are not going to be reported at 2008 knots.
Ceiling 1,400 broken. Hamburg information Kilo. Met report time 2050 Zulu Special. When passing 2,000 feet monitor Unicorn on 122.800. Expect ILS approach runway 23. Runway in use 23. Transition level 70. Wind 240 degrees 15 knots gust 25 knots. Variable between 210 and 270 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Light drizzle. Ceiling 1,500 broken. 2,200 broken. Temperature minus 2.7. QNH 1007. Notices to airmen. Taxiway whiskey closed. High concentration of birds on maneuvering area and vicinity of aerodrome. Hamburg information Kilo out.
See, German ATC on VATSIM is absolutely brilliant. They make it so realistic. Even just the things like the high vicinity of sort of birds and that. Obviously, sadly, we don't get those in the sim. Imagine if we did. But that'd be cracking, wouldn't it? Yeah. Actually, find one that pays you to fly. That's a good idea. Right, so let's just have a look at what we've got. I'll just pop all that stuff in the box then. We're at top of climb as well. Let's just put cost index back to 4. There we are. Right, so flight plan. Let's just check this against the charts. This should be fine. I think we've already seen this, haven't we, on the ground, but I'll just double check. Ripso 2 Papa is expected. Yeah, just check that against the flight plan up here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that matches up. Radnav page, we've got ALF and is it ALF? Yeah, Ulster. I think I might put an ALE. And Hamburg, of course. Get those both in. Alright, so what we got? QNH was... Did I write the QNH down? 1007. Temperature is 9 degrees. It's been quite warm again here in the UK today. It's all Cat 1 stuff. Minimums are 262. We'll go with config 3, we'll check that in a moment. Clean 224, VAP 141. And Peter, off early day tomorrow. Oh, never mind. But thanks, Peter, so much for your support tonight, and good to see you again back on the channel. And a 2.5-hour drive to the control centre. Ouch! Hopefully it's really nice and scenic though this time of year, Peter, and the weather's not too windy or rainy. Have a good one, mate. Hey, Dariana, good to see you as well. Daz Higgy, hello. Right, that's all done. Didn't put the winds in, did I? What were the winds? 240.15. Right, VAP now 139, that's better. Okay, let's have a look. See what we've got. Right, so top of descent. We want to be below flight level 110 as we come in. And basically, sorry, we want to be below, below flight level 110 as we come in at RIB. So after that, 4,000 feet is the lowest we can get down to. MSA is 2,100 feet. The approach itself, quick look, it's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Normal 3-degree glide, 3,000 feet platform altitude. MSA, as we said, 2,100. That's all well and good. Let's find taxiway whiskey, shall we? Because that's closed. So where's that? Where is that? So once we have left, then we can go. I think we actually taxi not on Delta, but we go on Fox and then round the back. Do we on Golf? Cross Golf. Can't see whiskey anywhere, so maybe it's not going to affect us that. DC, good catch. I did. I'm just changing that. Well, whiskey's at the beginning of 3-3, is it? Is it? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, it's a very small taxiway. That only really affects GA aircraft. Oh, that's not going to affect us then. Alright, that's fine. Decoy Aviation, hello to you. Lovely, so nice straightforward stuff coming in then. Quick look and just double check. It's normal, it's not a narrow landing, narrow runway or this, or anything, this is it. .46 meters. No, it's fine, and we've got. Have we got pappies? Yes, we have 3-degree pappies. That's fine as well then. Lovely. Okay. Quick look at the go around. Straight ahead, 5.5 miles from Leicester VOR. Left turn back to the Hamburg VOR, 4,000 feet. So that's straightforward as well, nothing complex about that. Hello?
Hi, Captain. I was just wondering if you'd like a drink, maybe a tea or coffee, or a bottle of water.
No, I'm good, thanks.
No problem. If you change your mind, just give me a call.
Okay then, so whilst we're, what now, just about 70-80 miles away from our top of descent, let's go through the brief if we're ready for that then. So I'll just quickly, first of all, we'll just take us through the box. We're ILS 23 Ribso 2 Papa, straightforward. We've checked that's in the box and there, no lower than 4,000 feet. Platform altitude is going to be 3,000 feet. RadNav is tuned to the ALF VOR on the field and Hamburg VOR to the southeast of the field. Hamburg VOR is where we'll hold on the go around if we need it. DDH, we'll just fill that out. Runway 23, and then we've got that in. And box is set up, minimum is 262, we're going to do a config 3 landing. I'm going to double check that in a second, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Clean lens 224 with a VAP of 139 expected. And we're looking to land at around 60.5 tons. So we'll do a calculation on that in a moment for landing. We've got light rain, light drizzle, so we'll use wet figures as well for that. Just copy the secondary flight plan. So that's fine. Let me just do the landing calculation, then we'll have a look, see if there's any threats that we can think of. Whilst I'm doing the landing calculation, you guys can answer that question. Can you see any potential threats or issues with our approach today into Hamburg? Let's just refresh that METAR, apply that. The landing weight is going to be 60.5. I can see a threat. Landing calculations. Oh, I've not put the runway in. That's why. LJ 3094, LDR 2203. That's fine. So idle reverse. And I want to just check that flaps 3. Water brake low. That's going to be fine for us. Okay, so any sort of potential threats or errors that can be made on this one? Potential threat, we've got ATC, so they might give us a slight shortcut, so let's be prepared for that. Maybe just getting down a little bit sooner. MSA is nice and low, so we don't need to worry about any terrain around that. That's going to be fine for us. We've got icing conditions on the way down, so we'll think about popping the anti-ice on as we start that descent, going through the cloud layers. Anti-ice on is probably going to be on for the landing. Actually, it's It's going to be 9 degrees, and the ceiling was 1,500 feet AJL, wasn't it? So yeah, anti-ice is probably going to be on for landing. Only other real thing I can think of for Hamburg is just making sure we know where we are once we've landed. I've landed here before and I've actually gone the wrong way. So we just have a quick look at that. Yeah, so I imagine we're going to get off Delta 7 and then Delta 7 or Delta 6. Delta 1 if we've really gone long. But yeah, Delta 7, and then I think we need to go Foxtrot and Golf and go sort of like the back way, but I'm not 100% sure on that. What we can do is we can get off the runway, we'll hold a Delta 1, and then if ATC are on there, we'll just ask them where we want us to go. So, unless we've got, you know, a line of aircraft behind us that really requires us to move, so I'm going to back somebody up, but that will be the plan. We'll hold and ask unless we're unsure. If we're unsure and there's people behind us. Where we're going to park, I think it's somewhere over here. So one of the stands on the screen is normally where we go. NOFV says 90% Delta 1 and hold short 33. Yeah, obviously we don't want to cross runway 33, but it's pretty simple going Delta. Well, that's fine. Got some local knowledge there, NO, so that works for me. Get off on the Delta 1. Lovely. Go around, we've touched on that. It's pretty straightforward. That's straight out. 5.5 miles ALF. Left turn, hold Hamburg, 4,000 feet. So yeah, I think I'm happy with that, as long as everybody else is. And that works for me. Could take it a tad further and just say what I'm going to have sort of set where and how I'm going to configure the arrival. Well, for me, we've got speed restrictions going all the way there to Hamburg 620. Well, that's... We'll see. We'll see what ATC wants to do. We can ask about the speed. If we can have some free speed, that'd be nice. Otherwise, we're going to be trundling along. But yeah, if there's no if there's no other traffic around, this is the kind of shortcut we might get. Instead of having to do the 33, 34, 35, etc., you could potentially get 32 to 657, which really does cut off track miles, which is what I want to get underneath, just to make sure that we're not left a little bit too high and fast. But yeah, plan will be green dot where we need to be at 220, and flaps 1 probably about 12 miles out. And obviously flaps 2 with the glide. Good stuff. Hopefully nobody else has any issues or questions regarding that. And our top of descent is in about 22 miles or so now. Cube, good evening, mate. Thank you for being here again. Check back landing tomorrow. Hope to see you again. as the platform altitude is 3,000 feet, I can always do a nice little trick as well of just putting in a 9-mile radius around the threshold, just to help with my planning. Oh, Tay-Trable. Now, in the next update of the Phoenix, wouldn't it be great to see a sandwich on here? I did see a rather scary photo the other day of the tray table was out. It was on an Airbus. Tray table was out, there was food, and there was also a drink which looked very full, and it didn't have a lid on it, and it was just like an open cup, like an open sort of paper cup, and I thought, ugh. Which airline was it that threw a tea all over the pedestal, over the Atlantic somewhere? HD, the sandwich would be pretty squished. Well, yeah, yeah, okay. Maybe if it was down there to begin with, and then as you open the tray, it sort of magically migrated from somewhere down here to somewhere down there onto here. Maybe a pot noodle or something. Yeah, we don't want you getting in trouble, HT. Yeah, so we should get in before 2200 hours UTC time quite nicely now. So the top of descent is coming up, as we can see it. So we are going to select flight level 110 as planned. We'll push for managed descent. So there we go. Descent 110 blue. Down we go. Just to make up for that delay on the ground, might even pull speed and hold at 270. Tell you what we can do, we can even show off HD's suggestion there. So in the descent page on conversion, we can just change that to 270. Well, we should be able to. Why has that just gone to 293? That's better. That was a bit weird. I tell you, I can't touch anything without breaking it at the moment, this aircraft. Hugging now at the bottom of the speed gate. Seriously, what's going on there? Oh, hang on. We obviously got underneath the profile for a little bit. So, that's fine. Descent coming up. Hey, Mihai. Yeah, indeed, we're still flying. In fact, top of descent literally just reached, so on our way down now. Hey, Bailey. Good evening, mate. Says been following the channel for around 2 weeks now, and it's been so helpful doing your first VATSIM flight tomorrow. Excellent, Bailey. Where are you going to fly from and to? Any ideas yet? Biggest piece of advice I can give you is make sure you've got pen and paper to hand. And know the airport well that you're flying in and out of, as well as the aircraft you're choosing to fly. So I'm just looking at ATC towers online 126855. So I'll get ready to tune to them. I think I need to oil my mouse. Sounds a bit like a real mouse at the minute. Nick, if I could choose a new type rating, what would it be? Any. I'd take any. I don't know, in real life, if I was ever given the sort of, you know, never got the chance to do it, I'd still be quite happy with the 320. You get a mixture of everything. You get longer flights, you get short flights, you get a mixture of both. The long haul flights are obviously exotic. You get there, spend a day or two there, and then come back. HD says Concorde. Ah, fair enough. Hey Tony, do you have to pay where airports for VATSIM? No. No, you don't. But you probably do, at the very least, need charts. So you know where those stands are and the taxiways are. Plus which, there's plenty of freeware aircrafts, really good freeware aircrafts from flightsim.to, so potentially start with those. Bailey, don't fly from Gatwick if it's your first flight. Definitely not. Just go and watch the start of our stream tonight. You'll understand why not to fly from Gatwick. Hey Jordan, good evening mate. Celebrating 10th channel membership as well, Jordan, tonight. Thank you so much for your support. Having said that, being nice and exotic, I was chatting to the cabin crew when I was flying to JFK last August. And they were obviously they were flying to JFK, spending the night there, and they were coming back the following morning, so they weren't getting any time to enjoy the Big Apple. Tony, yes, go with what's in Navigraph for the gates. Absolutely, that's right. That's where VATSIM ATC would be wanting you to go. Right. Well, my aircraft doesn't seem to want to be holding 270 knots like planned, does it? Let's pull 270. There we go. Bailey, do I suggest flying a slightly less popular route? I'd say, obviously, you want for your first VATSIM flight, you'd like some air traffic control, obviously, but I'd fly somewhere that is not very busy, and you can check that out with VATMap, VATSpy, or any other app that shows you what's there. As long as you're flying somewhere that you're happy with and you know really well. I think my first flight was something like Manchester to, I don't know, it was definitely Manchester. That's where I did all my flights to begin with from. Might even have been something like this, Manchester to Hamburg. I can remember my first long haul flight. That was Manchester to Boston, and I was absolutely sold when the Boston ATC came on with their American accent. I was like, this is just awesome. Edinburgh's a good shout, HD. Yeah, Edinburgh's nice. Can't really get it wrong at Edinburgh, can you? You know, it's a straightforward taxi, only one runway. Edinburgh might have snow, old novice, yeah. I don't think that affects things in the simulator like it should do, sadly. A little domestic 2 sector HD, something like yeah, well, you could do Stansted to Belfast and back, couldn't you? It's a real world route as well for EasyJet. Stansted to Belfast, or even Stansted up to Edinburgh, Glasgow, Aberdeen, Inverness. Although I don't Stansted to Inverness. I don't think that's a route at the minute. Leeds Bradford at the moment, obviously been very, very busy since Inabuilds released their version of Leeds Bradford. I've got the Orb X one, so I've not seen the Inabuilds one. Hey, Brent, are we Easy 37 Delta Fox? We are indeed, yes. Yeah. Orcan Aviator says, I just did a flight from Madeira to, I don't know, one of the Canaries. Says it was a nice shortish flight, made worse by the 737. I know someone who flew Luton to Inverness as well. Have we ever flown to Palermo? Yes, yeah, a couple of times. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll have noticed we've started our descent into Hamburg. We should have you safe on the ground within the next 30 minutes or so. If you can now start helping the cabin prepare for our arrival while clearing away tables, etc., and the cabin crew will be around to assist. Once again, thank you for flying with us, and we will have you on the ground as soon as possible. Thank you. Right, we're getting very close to our arrival now. I don't think we've got any ATC on, sadly. Oh, the tower's online. Yeah, the hold-up in Gatwick didn't do us any favours, sadly. Oh, I really, really want the mini cockpit guys to bring out the mini eCam. Not the mini eCam, but they are meant to be bringing this out as well at one point. But the mini eFIS. So all these buttons to play with. It'll be so good. Quick reminder as well, if you are going to get the MiniFCU, use the discount code EasyJet SimPilot at checkout. Get yourself 10% off. Right, so we're going to set 4,000 blue, local QNH. Let's run the approach checklist. So bar of QNH then, yeah, 1007. Seatbelt signs are now on. Minimums are 262, auto brake low, and our EFB is stowed. But do I ever fly any Boeing aircraft? Not voluntarily. I would take out the 757. I do have a small soft spot for that aircraft. Job of the 3N, hello from Singapore. My word, it must be late there. Or early. Depending on how you look at it. Clever, is it true all pilots are required to understand and speak English? Certainly commercial ones, definitely, yes. Yeah. Right, thrust idle open descent. That organ, that's a bit unfair. Attempted this PMDG. We flew it. We landed. Sort of. 10,000 feet, get our lights on. Right, that's us dropping below profile now, which is basically what we wanted because we've got no traffic ahead of us. We can really shorten our route in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull VS, and I reckon if we can get 4,000 feet by here, then we're going to be set up for a nice early approach, which is great. ThreeN, really glad you liked the YouTube videos, and great that you can catch us live as well today. That's great fun. So yeah, nice approaching to Hamburg coming up now, so it should be nice and straightforward. One of the 767, the first aircraft, the first Boeing aircraft with the glass cockpit as well, I believe. As it turned out, we didn't need the anti-ice on as we thought, getting down. Might do in a bit. I can't see any lights down there, so maybe there is cloud cover. In fact, there is cloud cover. They said in the 80s it was overcast, so we'll see that in a little bit. And we're now within the icing sort of range. Yeah, so my plan now with no ATC knocking about is we'll pretty much just be able to go direct. Yeah, pretty much go direct to PSAS now. PSAS is maybe not PSAS, maybe the one after it. PSAS is about 6 miles out, so it gives us a nice steady short final to get us in for, which is a little bit exciting. I like short finals. Jan says, had a miserable takeoff from Gothenburg tonight. Just before V1, ATC said stop, 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 but it was too late. You then had to make a sharp left turn to avoid another flight. Tonight on Air Crash Investigation. Old Novice, yeah, we did the landing distance calculation because it's available in the Fenix aircraft. That's how we worked out. Yeah, there it is. 15 knot headwind, probably not too much flare needed. Okay, so we should be back. I was just about to make the shortcut when that happened. Luckily I didn't, otherwise you'd have all missed the landing. Anyway. This is now going to be a nice 23-mile final. Hamburg traffic Easy 34 Delta Fox is established. ILS runway 23 at 24 miles. It's not technically accurate as we're not really established. We're about to be, but just for the sake of VATSIM comms. And we'll get on to tower frequency 126855.
On details, cycling on like that.
Delta Lima Mike Delta, Hamburg from Nacht.
Guten Abend, Delta Echo Lima Mike Delta, ein Cessna 182, eine Person an Bord, auf dem Weg nach Ostland zurück Münster, Echo Delta, Delta Gold und würden gerne noch vor dem Ausflug über die Sierra-Route diesen Sightseeing wieder Stadt machen, eine Bedarfsinformation und Lima ist an Bord.
Delta, Mike Delta, Lima, korrekt, Brunner 1007, melden Sie Rollbart.
So we've got glide slope, lock star, Catherine Julius, part 1 and 2. Hamburg Tower, good evening, Easy 37 Delta Fox, establishing ILS 23, and we're about 20 miles out.
Easy 37 Delta Fox, Hamburg Tower, good evening.
Organ, what's the SOP for the SOP for the stream outage? Yeah, the SOP is panic. Panic and restart Streamlabs. Oh, that's a nice little wind at the moment. That can do one before we land.
Delta Mike Delta, sind rollbereit.
Delta Mike Delta, rollen Sie zum Roller 23, über Delta 1, Delta 6.
Roller zum Roller 23 über Delta 1, Delta 6, Delta Mike Delta.
Dan, what's the blue circle around the nav screen? It's a 9-mile radius from the airport. So, it's just telling me as it's 9 miles, then I want to be about 3,000 feet as we cross this, which we're going to be. No problem. Definitely going to be Cat 1, I think, if we can see the lights now.
Alpha Hamburg Tower, good evening.
Unless a real nasty cloud or rainstorm gets in the way, but that'll be unlikely.
Delta Mike Delta, das ist die Fahrtrichtung, aber egal. Gerade über Delta 1 und dann links Delta 8.
Delta Mike Delta, right.
So with the glide slope coming in then, flaps 1, speed to check, flaps 1.
Delta 8, Delta Mike Delta.
Got a nice strong wind at the moment, so I'm not going to be in too much of a rush to deploy flaps 2. Normally I would by the glide slope, but we're going to be okay. We're still 12 miles out. Bosnia, any plans to do the Horizon A321? Yeah, I do like that aircraft. We have flown it before. Maybe we should get that out there again.
Delta Mike Delta, abflugbereit.
Delta Mike Delta, fliegen Richtung auf, fliegen Wind 250 Grad, 1,6 Knoten. Böens, Großingsknoten, Piste 23, Start 3.
Fliegrichtung 13, Piste 3, Start 3, Delta Mike Delta.
Organ aviator, that sounds like proper trigonometry.
Speed Perch 212 Hamburg Tower, good evening.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing. Right, so start and getting captured. So, missed approach altitude 4,000 feet is set.
Upper tower, wind 747 5,000 according to submission of the passenger.
Traveling 7 Fox Charlie, Unicom altitude is 5,790.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your service.
Austrian 1 Alpha, wind 2,000 degrees, 16 knots, gust 2 knots. Runway 23, clear to land.
23 clear to land, Austrian 1 Alpha.
Alright, flaps 2, speed's checked. Flaps 2. An aircraft ahead of us just landing, so I will pull that down to 160. That should be give them ample time to depart, so we don't have to go around. If we do need to go around, of course, remember it's straight out 5.5 miles. Then a left turn, hold 4,000 feet at Hamburg, but we'll do that in nav mode and let the autopilot do the work. POC, you use the fixers page, which there is a video on my channel about the fixers page, which explains that if you want to see that in action. Oh, here comes the rain. Right, so gear down, arm spoilers, manage speed, flaps 3, speed's checked, flaps 3, lights on.
Speedburst 212, there might be an aircraft. The question data is an aircraft 1 mile to your left hand side, so keep an eye on that.
I have traffic on radar, it's on my flight level.
I have no idea where he's going or what he's doing.
Slightly concerning. That's an interesting approach angle. See, we've just lost the runway again there with a rain cloud coming in. Hang on, HD's here, I forgot. Let's turn that off. If I haven't got the runway in sight, 1,000 feet, normally I'd disconnect autopilot, we'll leave it on for now.
Super 21.
There it is.
You may disregard the traffic for now. Apparently, your aircraft is directly inside of them. Inside of your aircraft.
Alright, autopilot off, I've got control.
And I think it's established.
Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, wind 250 degrees, 16 knots, gust 27 knots. Runway 23, clear to land.
Clear to land, 23 easy, 37 Delta Fox.
.500.
Stable.
Austrian notificated.
Austrian 1 Alpha, taxi left right at 1 hold short of runway 33.
Left is order hold short of 33, Austrian 1 Alpha.
100 above.
It's not a smooth flight this, it's a bit bumpy.
And figure 200, I have a visual
Continue.
of the aircraft right now.
Super 12, are you able to maintain this visual separation? Confirm you're on final
50, 40, 30.
I'm on final figure 200. Landed. Just an illusion, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it will work out.
Okay, so spoilers versus green, desal. Idle and manual brakes.
And Speedbird 212, finally traffic is flying.
Speedbird 212, I have sorted that out.
Until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging.
Speedbird 212, wind 25, degrees 20 knots, gust 27 knots, runway 23, clear to land.
Clear to land, Speedbird 212.
Aus N1 Alpha, taxi to gate 02 Alpha via Delta 1.
Okay, APU has started, we've got the lights off.
Cross runway 33.
Then Delta Alpha via Delta 1 Bravo to 1 Zulu 1 Zulu.
Just turn TCAS off because we've got traffic on arrival and we don't want to set them off.
Delta 1 Alpha, Bravo, Delta 1, Bravo 6, Zulu 3 and Zulu 1.
Entschuldigung, Bravo 6, Zulu 3, Zulu 1.
Hey, Static Green, good evening, good for joining us.
Easy 37 Delta Foxtrot, taxi to stand 86 via Delta 1, Yankee 1.
Stand 86 via Delta 1, Yankee 1, Easy 37 Delta Fox.
Delta Mike, Delta, werden Sie, wenn Zeit beendet.
Oh, that's even too bright for me, that. Oh, why have we turned that off?
Delta Mike, Delta, verlassen Sie Kontrollzone des Jahres 241. Verlassen Kontrollzone des Jahres 241.
Okay, let's clean the aircraft up. I think we're cleared to cross the runway as well because, well, it hasn't said we're not. What stand did he say? And user 37 Delta Fox, just confirm our stand gate, please.
Your stand is 86 unless you have any other preference.
Just trying to locate stand 86. Oh, correction, no, that's fine. We have it, thanks, Easy 37 Delta Fox. Okay, wasn't expecting to park there. It's essentially over here.
Speedbird 212, taxi via Golf, hold shot off runway 33.
Taxi via Delta 1, hold short 33, Speedbird 212.
Speedbird 212, taxi via Golf.
Correction via Golf, Speedbird 212.
Oh, I missed the BA landing. I was too busy trying to find my gate. I'll have to go back and watch that.
Delta, Sierra 2000. Delta Mike Delta, verstanden.
I don't think I've ever parked at this stand before.
Speedbird 212, taxi to gate 08 via Golf, Bravo 3.
I've never even departed from this stand before. Easy by 11, good evening. Glad you like the tutorials. Good to see you on a live stream. Damon, what scenery are we using? Oh, good question. I think there's only one Hamburg scenery, payware scenery around. It's that one, and it will just be a profile from FlightSim.to for the GSX profile. Right, it's been 3 minutes, so we're going to be all right to shut down in a moment. Simwings, that's probably the one. Yeah, probably right, Damon. Thank you. Right, let's see if we can park this thing.
Tower Scandinavian 2821 with information Lima requesting clearance to Copenhagen.
Scandinavian 281, Hamburg Tower, good evening. Information Lima, startup moved, cleared Copenhagen. Lugex to Bravo departure, flight plan route, climb via
5,000 feet, squawk 2501.
Can't actually read that.
Clear Copenhagen, Lugan 2 Bravo departure, climb 5,000 feet, squawk 2501.
I'm just going to stop there. That's,
Canadian 281, hit back, correct.
looks good enough. Oh, the British Airways is alright though. It's bouncing up and down. Might have damaged its landing gear. Okie dokie. Parking brakes set. And we're done. Right, let's have a little look at the replay as we finish our stream off tonight. Great little stream. I mean, flight time was what? We pushed back 1 hour 44 minutes ago. Flight time was only about an hour. We spent quite a bit of time on the ground, didn't we, at Gatwick, which was fun. All part of the fun. Sadly, we didn't get as much ATC as I'd have hoped for. There was loads when we began, but with the delay in Gatwick, we kind of lost all that. But never mind. Okay, so let me just keep the replay, and yeah, we'll see what that looked like from a landing point of view. I did like the fact that we had some rain and wind coming in as we were landing, because it did make it not straightforward, not smoothest of approaches, which, let's face it, is always good fun. I don't think I've ever landed on any other runway whenever we've landed at Hamburg either. Hey, good evening, Christian. We're in your territory now. Organ, have you ever tried Flight Control Replay? Yes, when it first came out. I just find Skydolly so easy. So easy, so simple. And it just works. You can see that it wasn't just a straightforward, simple approach. Christian, you can smell the fish market. Day one, yes, Skydolly. Check it out from flightsim.to. It's free, it's brilliant, and it's so easy. Also doesn't do a bad job of recording sort of the surface control positions, landing gears down, etc. That was beautiful landing. Definitely done worse than that in my time. Well guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight, our first stream of the week. I'm going to try and get as many streams in as possible over the next couple of weeks, because I've got a very, very busy month coming up towards February, at the end of February and March, which means we may not get as many streams in as I would like, which is always a shame. So we'll try and make up for it before then. Either way though guys, I hope you've enjoyed our stream and flight this evening. A massive thanks as always to our EasyJet Sim Pilot channel members for your ongoing and continued support. To those of you who are tonight on our flight who have supported us and do continue to support us as well, thank you so much. Shout out to HD, good to see him here again, and to all our other mods as well. Thank you for joining us on our first flight of the week. Our next flight, of course, will be announced on Discord. So if you're not already on our Discord server, make sure you get on there and check out when our next stream will be here. And hopefully we shall see you again. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great evening, guys.